Welcome back to the Wondered Bliss Podcast. I am Kevin Faulkner, artist, poet, wanderer extraordinaire. Fuck off. I'm still very hoarse. My voice is coming back, but it's gone. I don't know where it went. And I'm super tired today. But it's no reason not to pursue your dreams and follow the compulsions and promptings that life gives you. So here I am doing it anyway. But we have a good topic today. Here in the pursuit of knowledge, truth, and wonder, I have the next poem in my book here that I'm unabashedly promoting, What Struggle Brings. Get yours today. I'll put a link in it. It's available on Amazon. It's a book of art, poetry, and prose. My whole heart and soul and all of my fucking problems. We're going through it step by step, talking about all the things that may need to be talked about. So get yours, you can read along, and it'll be fun. But the next poem today, in the dark section, is Instability. It's a good topic. So let's get into it. Change, change, change. We're moving places. Here's another chance to make new friends and see new faces. Go introduce yourself. But I often stayed inside my shell, because with every move we moved again, and losing friends was hell. So I just stopped caring. Or at least I tried to. So that's a short little poem. But I say a lot in there. I was pulling back to my younger self when I wrote that. Because in my life, we moved a lot in my family. At some pretty pivotal moments. And it wasn't easy. Definitely wasn't easy. To move and change everything in your life, I think in many of our lives might be one of the hardest things that we ever have to deal with. And we did it a lot. In middle school, I went to 3 middle schools in 2 years, 2 different high schools. And since then, in college, moving around, all that, I think I moved about 11 times. Some bigger than others, some more inconsequential than others, but each one, came with its own series of struggles, hardships, loss. It's not easy. And in this world, this interconnected world we live in today, cars, planes, all these things, the ability to move around is easier than it's ever been. And with that, we're seeing more and more people doing it constantly. As you'd expect. I mean, that's not anything weird or off base, but that doesn't make it easy. Especially if you're the child of parents making these decisions to move. It's easier when you feel the prompting to move and you have all the excitement, but if you don't want to leave, oh fuck, you're screwed because you're leaving. And it's not fun. It's not fun. It always comes with new opportunity. It always comes with the ability to meet new people and see new faces, maybe make better friends than you ever had before, but you don't know what's around that next corner. Is the grass greener on that other side? Who the fuck's to say? So it's tough. It's very tough because everything changes. I mean, not only does your house change, but your friends will change. Your distance to family changes. Your location, access to familiarity, that changes. All of these different parts and pieces, they're deeply correlated and associated with who we are and our sense of identity. You'd think that they wouldn't be, but they are. Of course they are. They're the things that I do every day, the people that I see all the time. That's who I am. That's my life. And if you get uprooted and changed and moved, my whole life is different. If that's not traumatic, I don't fucking know what is traumatic. To have every bit and piece of your life altered in an instant. And I mean, that sounds dramatic. You often have a lot of time to prepare and get ready and all these things, but you can only prepare yourself so much for a future that you don't know. And that's tough. That's tough. And if you're going through that right now or have gone through it, still reeling and dealing with this, I get it. I battled with it for a long time. I say in the poem, I just stopped caring, or at least I tried to. It was this self-protective shield that I put up for myself to try not to ever get close to anybody, because with every move we moved again, and losing friends was hell. So I wanted to prevent this pain of loss by just kind of going inward into myself and living within this shell. And that's, a reasonable approach. I can't say it's the worst idea in the world, but I can tell you it's a good one. Because what happens is that it may prevent the pain of loss, but it also prevents the joy of living. And that's a problem. That's a huge problem, because, we're here living life, theoretically, to live, and maybe just enjoy it. And if you are blocking yourself off from the ability to enjoy it, then you're hurting yourself in a deep, deep way. And then life, kind of like we said, life is these series of relationships that you have. And if you're trying not to get close to anybody to prevent the hurt of it, then you're not going to live. And that's a tough place to be. It's a very tough place to be. And it isn't only ever moving that will have this effect on you. Of course, that's an obvious example, because literally every part and piece of your life moved if you moved states or across the country, or even just across a state or different counties. You're just different and far enough away from your previous life that everything is different. But many things can lead you to that same place that I was, that many, I think a lot of people are and are currently operating in, that kind of inward looking protective shell of a life. It's so sad. Literally any type of loss will do this. Heartbreak will do it. Falling out with a friend will do it. Death in a family will do it. Death of a pet will do it. Just growing up and moving into a different phase of life can do it to you. You finish up high school, you finish up college, all of a sudden I'm supposed to know who I am and what I want, but I still haven't quite figured that out. That will mess with you. That will create a level of discomfort in yourself that's very difficult to manage and can make you recluse. Can make you hide away. And I don't want that for you. I don't want it for myself anymore. It's a very difficult thing to deal with, because you're not living. You have this shell of a life, and it's not worth spending your time there. It's difficult to overcome because, this is based out of fear. So you have to overcome and face your fears and do all of those things in order to not live within this framework any longer. So I guess, what is the point of this? How can I help you? How can I help myself as talking about this? Because this is something that we always face. How do you get out of that feeling? It's a tough one, because you have to face that fear. And a big thing that will help, and this is not to scare you, is that life is always changing. And nothing in life is ever truly stable. You may go through periods that feel more stable than others. And that's lovely when they're there. Sure, appreciate it, love it when it's there. But life is nothing if it isn't always changing. And you kind of have to just get comfortable with that fact. That, if you can get comfortable just with the idea of change at all, you're setting yourself up in a fantastic way. because you're never blindsided by anything. You expect things to change, and then you're in a pretty good spot. I mean, how do you get comfortable with that? I don't know. You sit with it. A lot of times, practice makes perfect, or practice makes improvement. And sometimes these realizations just come with a little bit of life. You've gone through change a few times and you handled it, you lived, and you go through it again, you handle it and you live, and it'll be fine. And I guess that's probably the most important part, is to not stop living. Because you realize that life always goes on. No matter what it is in your circumstance that is changing. You're moving, breaking up, families falling apart, who knows? It could be anything and everything all at the same time. But never stop living. Never stop living. Don't be afraid. Change that fear into excitement. And that is probably the biggest key, is to be excited for life, excited for what's right around the corner, not to be afraid. And you have to combat your evolutionary tactics and instincts just a little bit, because, unfamiliarity is scary. Sometimes right around the corner is a fucking monster that's going to kill you. So you got to be on edge a little bit, but be excited for life. I mean, most of how our society is structured, and most things are fine. Most things are good. Most things won't hurt you. Most things won't kill you. So go out and live. Be happy. Experience your life a little bit. And you'll realize that it keeps going. You'll realize that there's way more good than you probably ever even knew. Be excited. Because it is a truth in my life. I mean, with all these moves, they always came with the trauma of moving and losing friends, never seeing people again. And I'm particularly bad at keeping up with people, so once you're out of my life, you're kind of out of it. It's unfortunate, but it's just kind of how it's been. So I've had to deal with that. But at the same time, some moves have been fantastic for me. Sometimes they provided all of the opportunity and every option and every person opportunity I was looking for. Sometimes they've been fantastic. Other times, not so much. Different crowds, different people, different places, different things. But it's always been exciting. Every single move, every single change always came with its own upside as well. It's the truth in life that everything is two-sided. Every coin has both a face and a tail. Every opportunity is both good and bad. Every moment has good and bad mixed all throughout all of it. So look for the good. Live for it. Go experience it. Don't be afraid. Just never stop. And nothing in life will ever stop you. I don't know. That's some ramblings for today. Hopefully there's some grains of truth in there that you may be able to take if you are in a similar place that I was, dealing with a move or heartache or heartbreak, family problems, any type of life-altering event that will put you in a place of discomfort, running inwardly to protect yourself out of fear. Get out of that shell. Live a little. Feel the feelings that you got to feel. They're there. They're going to happen. Experience them. Don't run from them. But always keep moving forward. Keep living. Go say hi to a stranger. Go make a new friend. It's the truth. Go introduce yourself. You never know what you might find. I don't know. That's my 2 cents for today. Go buy my book. Follow me on social media, Wondered Bliss. Like, comment, subscribe, do the shit, the things. I'll put links. I'll put all the things that I'm supposed to do on my side, because This is a transaction of energies, right? I don't know. Go fucking live your life. Peace.